Hey everybody, welcome back to this Let's Play of Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. I am Drak, he is Shadow, she is Andrea, you know us all. Let's get through this horrible night to have a curse.
Are we done yet?
No, not really. We're almost done. Thankfully. So, right now we are walking in a graveyard, because that's the best thing to do when you have a curse. And we're actually here for a specific purpose, one that's going to help in the long run. Ah! Stupid blobs.
What's the fun of walking through a graveyard?
Because it's Castlevania. Seriously, because Castlevania... What part of this is hard to understand?
Well, you always say it's fun to walk in a graveyard.
When you have a curse. And everything's empowered. And I have a bone shield. And a morning star! Yes, boys and girls, we have the most powerful weapon in the game. Actually, not yet. Because you can actually power it up. Okay, so now we're at the end of the graveyard. This is actually where we need to be.
This is where the tornado comes and picks us up?
No, we haven't hit that moon logic yet.
Okay.
And you already spoiled it. Dang it. Because you haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
So we actually use the garlic here, and we get another guy, cloak guy. I'll give you a silk bag. Now, where this might actually not seem like a big thing for Alex, he's just like, that's a bag. There will be a point where we want a lot of laurels and maybe some extra garlic. That's what the silk bag does. It allows us to carry more than 2 or 3 laurels. We can carry much more than that.
Okay.
And there's actually a point where we are going to hit nothing but poisonous swamp, and we will want more than 3 laurels. So we are covering that, and I am getting my butt handed to me pretty royally. And it doesn't matter, because I reset my hearts after I spent them all. F you, game! I spent all my hearts, there was nothing to take! Except maybe this... No, they don't take the silk bag away. Alright, so now that we have that, we can continue on our glorious quest to rid Simon of his curse. So that he can stop having horrible nights. Speaking of, so did you actually see the, the morning set? See, there you go, speaking of. Since we've talked AVGN on this one before, have you seen the most recent one where he did, Desert Bus?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see how he actually had a cartridge for Simon's Quest Redacted?
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty freaking awesome. I didn't realize there was a I'm almost wondering if he had, like, a special cartridge made with that on it. And now the nerd has a purpose in life, you know, because he keeps on pointing out the shitty games, and then they get remade and fixed. So he's found his purpose in life. We should all feel good for James Rolfe. That he's got a movie coming out.
Maybe.
No, I think they said they're pretty much done with production at this point. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got an unveiling pretty soon. And we have actually been getting asked, Alex, if we actually would cover the AVGN movie in a vlog.
I believe we talked about this.
Yes. It would be really cool if it was at a theater, but I don't think we're gonna get a theater unveiling. He's out in Pittsburgh, so I think that's where he is, or Philadelphia. Alright, so I can't remember what town this is. I don't remember the names like a lot of devoted Castlevania fans do, but I'm just double-checking the guide to see if there is a purpose to coming here. And I believe there is, because I think I'm still on the red crystal, or the blue crystal.
Well, do these towns have names, actually?
They do, actually. They have been named. It's names like Ajiba, and I think one's called Ryuan, Phantasy Star Flashback there. But I don't remember the names. Even the mansions have names, like it's Berkeley Manor and Broadley Manor, things like that.
And you call yourself a Castlevania fan and not know the names?
Why, yes, I do.
Ooh.
Because not a whole lot of Castlevania fans remember them. A lot of Castlevania fans like to forget this game existed.
Well, I guess that's true.
You know, like they like to oogle about how Castlevania is the greatest thing, and then the first thing that comes up to a hater's mind is, well, what about Simon's Quest? Moving on!
Well, I think that's the thing is if you're a fan, you should be like knowing everything, but sometimes it's always one of those things where, oh, I don't even remember the name, and yet I'm still a fan.
I know the timeline, I know the characters, I just don't know like the little details in every game. There are things that I will remember in the later games, but this is not one of them. And we're actually making our way to a manor, but I want to make sure that we have enough hearts. Oh, and you might remember this from the AVGN review, Alex. The blocks that you actually have to time your jump so that when they're going up, you jump with it, so you get an extra little bit of an advantage in your jump.
Let's see.
You didn't know that part, because the AVGN didn't explain it. What a horrible night to have a curse! See, people, again, I'm leaving this unedited because in order to experience the frustrating elements of this game, you have to experience them. So at this point, I can't really progress. In fact, it's probably better for me to just sit back and gather hearts. Not only can I get the stake with them, oh!
And you died.
Yeah.
You walked right into that.
I did. Because you get really used to, once you kind of memorize where everything is, and then you start destroying it, the game starts becoming less hard. Yes, this is the part where the game kicked my butt.
They take a lot of health, don't they?
The mummies do, yes.
Well, those mummies remind me of the, was it the Re-Dead or the, whatchamacallits?
In Zelda they would be Gibdos.
That would be it.
Re-Deads would be close, but yeah, there is actually a mummy creature, and it's called Gibdo.
Gibdo.
Oh, from the mind of Lord Miyamoto. Or, I'm sorry, Lord Shigeru.
It's kind of like, it's a like-like?
It's a like-like. Wow, that's actually what it was called. Oh, that's a bat! Oh, that's not what it's called. Keys. Is that keys? Keys. I'm not saying it's right, just go with it.
Yeah.
See, here's the best way to compare this because, you know, Alex and Andre did not grow up on Lord Shigeru, but this is the best way to bring it in comparison to Alex. You abide by Ghibli-isms, correct?
Yeah.
That's what Shigeru Miyamoto is to my generation. He is the Studio Ghibli of our generation. He's the guy who came up with all the funky-sounding things, and we all accepted it because why not?
Right.
You know, if Shigeru Miyamoto would have invented Totoro, we would have had a problem. We all would have went, oh, I guess My Neighbor Totoro was a collaboration with Nintendo. Speaking of, just to give people a sense of time, E3 is going on right now, all the conferences are done, and I actually just want to bring this question, Alex. We didn't see a whole lot of Shigeru Miyamoto in the E3 Nintendo Direct.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost seems to me like a lot of his projects, he's kind of handing over the reins.
Yeah, I know that.
Are we coming close to the end of the age of Shigeru Miyamoto?
I'd say it's likely. I mean, the man's, what, in his 60s now?
He's getting up in years.
So, yeah,
we almost, you know, all of us diehard Nintendo fans almost had to think that they would have to have security escort him out of the building before he could leave.
And, yeah, I mean, he's up there in years. He's, like, in his 60s. He's probably getting relatively close to retirement. He's already on the board of directors for Nintendo.
He is.
And so, yeah, I can see him starting to hand the reins over to younger staff members. But, you know, at least he's not totally retreating from gaming right away.
No.
I know he's supposed to be working on a brand new IP for Nintendo.
Yeah, it's on top of that, it also seems like he's more into the technology part of it now. He's more interested in helping with the development of consoles rather than game properties. So that's really helpful, I think, for Shigeru to kind of step back. and allow for other people to take his franchises and see what they can do with it.
You know, Shigeru, whatever. Shigeru, he's long.
This is the Hideki. This is where Alex has problems saying the names like I do with Hideki Anno, where occasionally I go to Hideaki.
Hey, at least you could pronounce something, because I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce them.
I know.
Yeah, but I was saying he's kind of long had sort of an influence about how the technology at Nintendo's developed.
Yes.
Right, like he's kind of the one who kind of pushed the analog stick for the N64.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. So
yeah,
I think it's great that he's starting to kind of go into the technology side of Nintendo.
My apologies. I thought we did have the Morning Star. We did not. But now we do.
But now we gotta go look for the Death Star and die.
Yes. We can't look at it, because then we'll die.
Oh, no.
It's like the ring, you know?
People die if they are killed.
Oh, video game logic. At least there wasn't somebody in there saying I am error. For knowing my luck, it probably was. Or the one girl that's like got a paper for a hat, and she's like, "Let's live here together." Okay.
What is that?
That's science class.
Oh, really?
In fact, the AVGN made a joke about it. It's like, so nice place you have here. Okay, so now that we have the Morning Star and things are dying oh so splendidly faster, let's go ahead and make our way to the next mansion. And thankfully, we will not have any other whip distractions. Well, one more. Because there is a way to upgrade the Morning Star. But after that, I have the most powerful whip in the game. Oh, and speaking of said moon logic...
the tornado part comes
Yes, so in order to pass further, hun, you have to kneel while having the red crystal on, and that happens. Keep in mind again, there is nothing in this game that says it. That you have to do it that way.
Oh, really?
There's nothing in the game that tells you have to do that.
You gotta get the power. Nintendo
You had to get the power. Or, in our case, we had to go to the next door neighbors who had beaten this game, because they had the power. I think those neighbors were actually the reason we got a Nintendo Power subscription. Just saying.
Oh, you mean kind of like the strategy guide sort of thing?
Yes. The only way you knew anything in this game was the strategy guide. Not even the instruction manual gave you any kind of indication or hint.
Well, don't you remember back in the day when you got new games and stuff, like the little booklets in the games were a lot more detailed, and now it seems like they have diminished somewhat.
Yeah, they're like 2 pages long.
Well, they're like 6 pages, but like half of them are in English.
Yeah, they like cover all the languages.
They're like in 6 different languages now.
Yes, so there's like a page devoted for each major language. And that's crap in my opinion, because I still remember the classic Nintendo instruction manuals that would come in such colorful detail.
It could be like a 20-page booklet, and the one page in English says, insert disc, turn on system.
There was actually a point, and this is a funny story, there was actually a point where I tried to convince my family that Disney was doing those instruction booklets, because they looked just like Disney cartoons to me. They looked really, really good. And so, like, and Nintendo is working with Disney, because that one, he looks like Mickey Mouse. And everybody was like, ha ha ha, Adam. You know, you're full of crap, but that's okay. Now, I believe in the count, let's see, we just barely beat Mansion number 3, so this is 4. And of course, we don't want to fall through the hole again. We do not want the elevator to go down the hole. Especially when you can't see the hole. And we don't want to know what's over there. That's like the Van Helsing eggs right there. There be baby vampires in those eggs. Thankfully, this is not the hardest of the mansions. It's just longer. Oh, looky!
Yay!
We got enough hearts so that we restored our health, and I think our health bar grew a little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, how were you supposed to know about that one? You saw a wall, you'd go back.
Wow, I'm surprised you didn't get hit there.
This is, you know, Alex again puts the point out. You had to get the power to get through this game. Thankfully, Konami learned a lot of lessons from this game, so I know we're harping on it a lot, and I still hold true to what I said in the beginning. I like this game, it just has a lot of flaws. If they were to remake this game, like in a 3D iteration, I don't think I'd have a problem with that. I don't know what they do with it, especially with Igarashi-san gone from Konami. And I think... There is actually points here. Oh, yes, that's right. We have to go out of our way to go find the man who sells us the oak steak.
Okay, so we're not going into world -1 here.
No, we're not. It looks like it. We're not going into world -1. We just have to go and get the oak steak, and he's in a really obscure place in this mansion.
What are these guys doing in these areas?
That's a very good question. Alex, do you want to take that?
I guess they're guards?
I was gonna say, that's a wonderful question, and my answer to you would be, oh, look at the pretty bunny! Oh, he's just bouncing around! Oh, he's just bouncing around! We're Konami, we don't have to answer the questions!
It's just that you got a mansion full of monsters, and yet there's these random guys just walking around.
Trying to purchase, or trying to get people to invest in their oak steaks.
Apparently so.
Oh, and look, we now possess Dracula's nail. Yes, we had to possess Dracula's freaking toenail to bring him back. If that had been his lungs, his brain, his skull, I would have had no problem. But his toenail? I still remember, like, when we made this discovery, my brother was like, "Oh, what's next? Are we gonna have to go find his freaking toe jam to get him resurrected? Are we gonna have to go find, you know, some loose hair that came off of his toupee?"
Well, you feel like you're gonna create a potion or something out of all these items.
No, and that's the thing. You're not gonna create a potion. You're just gonna take them to where he died.
Just so we can kill him again.
Just so we can kill him again. And the only reason we're doing this is because he cursed us. As soon as we kill him again, supposedly, you know, this is the other part that Simon didn't think about, is if you kill him again, does that mean the curse gets worse? No, that's supposed to cure it.
So how did he get cursed again?
When Simon Belmont killed Dracula, Dracula's curse was put upon him.
Oh, so that's why he has got to resurrect him just
He's
to kill him
got to resurrect
again?
him just to kill him again. That's what I'm saying. You know, Simon didn't put a whole lot of thought here. Killing him gave him the curse. Wouldn't that make it just worse if he killed him again? Then you have to go and kill him again.
Well, it kind of makes you think of, oh, I'm just gonna resurrect you just so I can kill you again.
Exactly. And this is actually one of the... I'm kind of glad you brought that up, because this is also one of the odd times in this game where they... It's set in Castlevania lore that Dracula raises every 100 years. Except in a few cases, where somebody tries to bring him back. So in this case, Simon's trying to bring him back in Simon's Quest. The same thing can be said of, say, later games where, like, a dark cult tries to bring Dracula back from the dead. But most of the time, he's brought back every 100 years with his castle. So it's not just that Castlevania is just the castle he lives in. As we go later into the games, the castle is kind of a living, breathing thing. I just blew their minds right there. And what a horrible night! Ah, such wonderful timing. Actually, at this point, it's not too bad. I'm actually... If it seems like I'm lost right now, it's because the final whip upgrade is here, and I'm trying to remember where it is. Little do I know I'm actually standing right in front of it right now.
Of course.
Because that's how it works, right? And I love how the game glitched and gave me 2 elevators right there.
Oh, I thought you were having double vision there.
It kind of looked like that, didn't it? Alright, well, now we gotta now things take a little bit longer, because the further you get into the game. And there's Dracula's toenail, just in case anybody wanted to know. And Flying Skulls of Doom! We're doomed, I tell you, Alex. Doomed! Okay, and you can actually see the guy right there. He's supposed to give you the whip upgrade. And Drak was being a bit of a fool when he did this. So one of the things I actually tried to get to is, like, E3 is done. Alex, do you want to give us kind of a couple of the highlights that you are looking forward to in this year's E3?
You mean, like, what was I anticipating, or what did
Or
I think?
Or what was one of the best highlights for you in the game?
Okay.
In the
I say most of what Nintendo had to offer got me excited, makes me actually want to go out and get a Wii U pretty darn soon. Looking forward to Smash Brothers.
So they basically made you slap down the $250, basically.
Yeah. I probably will get a Wii U in the near future, so...
Yep.
I loved a lot of what Nintendo had to offer. I was a little meh on Sony, because it was mostly a parade of FPSs, a few horror games, and...
Again, you didn't see the Microsoft conference,
Yeah,
you would not call that a parade of FPSs.
I'm sure...
If you'd seen them, yeah.
I'm sure Microsoft, had more. But, so Nintendo overall stood out the most for me.
What about the new Zelda? Did that interest you at all, since you've not played Zelda games?
I gotta say, Hyrule Warriors has me really interested.
And that's a third-party title.
Yeah, a little too early to say about the actual first-party Zelda game, because I just haven't seen enough of that one yet. It looks gorgeous, I'll say, but...
Sacrilege! No, he's not a Zelda fan, guys. So that was, like, the biggest lure to him. What did you think of the Pokemon announcement that they did Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but no Delta Emerald?
But I really hope there's no Delta Emerald.
I kind of do, too. Okay, so I need to level with people really quick. I screwed myself royally at this point, because I did not go and buy more Laurels.
Oops.
And so now I can't advance to the next mansion. I actually have to go back and get some more Worlds before I can go to the next mansion. Or, I'm sorry, the last mansion before Dracula. With that said, yeah, I think Nintendo did a really great job. The only problem is that I wanted to see... I wanted to see Metroid, I wanted to see Star Fox, I wanted to see F-Zero, and it was just a bunch of Mario-like games. So, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of Kirby, and the Yoshi's Woolly World was interesting to me, but that's really all it was. And that was just a little disappointing. Plus, there wasn't enough... Oh, my bad. There wasn't enough Zelda to get me excited. They basically had like a 5-minute... They unveiled what Link looks like, and that was it. So that was kind of frustrating to me.
Well, we don't know what he looks like?
Well, we didn't know what he looked like in this new engine. We hadn't seen anything.
Oh.
And so now we've seen him.
It's got really nice cell shading.
It does. I'm almost wondering if people are going to have Zelda complaints. I didn't mind it. I thought it looked really, really good. I just wanted to see more other games. Although it was a little bit surprising to me that, like, Nintendo has basically published their first ever shooter in Splatoon. And the part that actually makes me kind of laugh with that is, how many people have actually been asking for, like, Super Mario Paintball? And this is basically Super Mario Paintball.
Hey, I'll play it. It looks fun.
I'll give your Morning Star power to burn away evil. Alright, so now we have the final upgrade, which is the Flame Whip.
Woo!
Everything is on fire! So now we are the most powerful Simon that we can be without having all the pieces of Dracula. So yeah, Splatoon actually looked like a shooter that I might get into, especially since it's third person. And I'll admit, when I saw the trailer, I actually thought it was going to be Mario Paintball because of the squid. That's just me, though! And then, unfortunately, Andrea did not watch the Nintendo conference, so I'm trying to think of things that she would like. Oh, what did you think of the Mii Brawlers, Alex? With Iwata and Reggie actually fighting in real life.
Oh, that was pretty funny, actually.
That was pretty cool! They went all they went DBZ at one point, where Iwata's like throwing 1,000 punches and Reggie's blocking them all. The other thing I liked was the homage to Robot Chicken.
Yeah, those were great.
Those were pretty fun. I almost thought we were gonna get like Robot Chicken the game. But I will say the biggest thing Nintendo did right in their conference, and Alice will probably agree with me on this, holy crap third-party support. Lots of third parties. Because we had Monolith Soft, who was going to bring what looked like a sequel to Xenoblade.
Mm-hmm.
We had Platinum Games with Bayonetta 2, and on top of that, if you buy Bayonetta 2 on Wii U, you get Bayonetta with a bunch of Nintendo stuff. But we will have to talk about this later. In the meantime, we are actually getting ready to end this thing once we go through the final mansion. Then we will hit Dracula. We'll see you then.